10 in Seguin and on the web at ddtexasoutfitters.com. I'm your host, J.R. Gully. Looking at the futures this hour, December corn down a half point at 357, soybeans up 2 1/4 at 955, wheat up 6 1/2 at 558, KC hard red winter wheat up 8 1/4 at 483, West Texas Intermediate crude up 73 cents at 43.34, December gold down 1/10 of a point at 19.78. October live cattle down 17 cents at 105.12. Feeders down 25 cents at 140.32. And number 2 December cotton up $1.18 at 66.35. Now let's go to news we can use from the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network.
Herbicide Webinar. I'm Jessica Dolmel with the Midday Update on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. Why do some herbicide treatments fail? Well, that is the focus of a webinar that will be held from noon to 1 p.m. Thursday as part of the Texas Range Webinar Series. The series is hosted by the Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Services Rangeland, Wildlife, and Fisheries Management Unit. During the webinar, Dr. Megan Clayton will outline some of the most common mistakes made when applying herbicides and how to improve your control in the future. Cost is $10 for those needing CEUs and free for all others. One CEU is available. The webinar will be held on texasrangewebinars.tamu.edu. That is texasrangewebinars.tamu.edu. Again, that is at noon on Thursday.
Where has the Pioneer Audio Tour taken me today? Well, I think the nearest town is Millbank, South Dakota. I'm in a large shed belonging to a Pioneer sales representative. He's operating what's called a drum seed treater machine. It rotates. Looks like a cross between a smoker and a cement mixer. I can see green seeds tumbling inside. It's a little loud. Let me step away. This machine is applying Lumigen seed treatments to a customer's soybeans. Around here, farmers have to deal with Phytophthora big time. What seed treatment does is provide disease control at a plant's most vulnerable stage in life. Well, why is that important? You protect the seed, you protect the yield. Lumigen seed treatments. Another thing that makes Pioneer, Pioneer. You'll hear more from me later. For now, let your local Pioneer sales representative hear from you.
For the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network, I'm Jessica Dolmel.
Thank you, Jessica. Today is a sale day for Jim Wheeler at the Atascosa Livestock Exchange in Pleasanton. Let's go to Larry Marble and his conversation with Jim last night, previewing the sale.
We are on the line with Jim Wheeler, Atascosa Livestock, speaking Monday evening about 7:15, looking toward a Tuesday sale. Jim, what's it looking like?
We got a little over 700 now, probably close to 200 cows. Looks like we're going to palpate about 60, 65 of those in the morning. Probably 15, 18 pairs on the yard. Most of them have spots on them now. I do have 65 calves work. They're going to be 550 to 6 1/4. Quite a few more work calves in the mix. We should end up with around 850 by sale time.
Good deal at Jim Wheeler's Atascosa Livestock Exchange, Pleasanton. Jim, tell everybody how to contact you.
Reach us at 830-281-2516.
PMI, Pipe, Steel, and Supplies, San Antonio, Hondo, High, Robstown, and Kerrville. Don't forget Laredo and Jourdanton. Pipe, structural steel, valves, fittings, culverts, purlins, fencing, rebar, and supplies. PMI, Pipe, Steel, and Supplies, 210-223-PIPE. Visit their website, pipemovers.com. Call 210-223-7473. PMI, Pipe, Steel, and Supplies, San Antonio, Hondo, High, Robstown, and now Kerrville, as well as Laredo and Jourdanton at pipemovers.com. That's PMI, Pipe, Steel, and Supplies.
We're on the line with Riley Rhodes, Live Oak Livestock, Three Rivers. Riley, how did our Monday sale go?
I went pretty good, Larry. Ended up with 1,226 head today. Calf market, a little cheaper. Sure had a cheaper tone to it, probably 3 to 5 lower on most classes, especially on some of the plainer cattle. Cow market was fully steady. Had a few cow-calf pairs. They brought 8 1/4 up to 1275. Bred cows anywhere from 700 up to 1150. Packer cows sold steady, 60 to 66 on your high-yielding cows, 52 to 58 on your breakers, 34 to 56 on on your canners. The bulls a little bit better this week. Didn't have just a real good bull, but the figures were better. 82 to 86 on your high yielding bulls. 70 to 82 on your low to medium yielding bulls. The 2 to 3 weight choice steers, not a whole lot of change in some of the little lighter weight cattle. 170 to 194 on the choice steers. The heifer mates 146 to 172. 3 to 4 weight choice steers 162 to 186. Heifer mates 134 to 148. 4 to 5 weight choice steers 148 to 178. Heifer mates 126 to 142. 5 to 6 weight cattle, your choice steers 128 to 152. Heifer mates 120 to 132. The 6 to 7 weight choice steers 122 to 134. Heifer mates 110 to 120. The 7 to 8 weight choice steers 116 to 128, and their heifer mates 104 to 116. The quality wasn't quite as good as it was last week either, and that kind of showed. But there's definitely a cheaper tone to it, especially on the plainer cattle. And look like maybe the heifers too. They kind of backed off of them a little bit this week. But overall, had a good sale, ended up with a little over 1,200.
And we will have a sale on Monday.
Yes, sir. We will be open Labor Day. Next Monday, we will be open. We will have a sale, and know of a couple of groups coming. We may end up 600-800, something like that for next week.
Tell everybody how to contact you.
361-813-6650 is the cell. 361-786-2553 is the office. Webpage, liveoaklivestock.com.
Neighbor, did you know, combined with the truss department, insulation department, and millworks department, just 3 of the departments there at MG Building Materials, they've got the ability to deliver an entire building package from a single supplier. They are truly your one-stop shop. They have 5 locations around South and Central Texas. Let's count them down right quick. Pleasanton, Kerrville, San Antonio, Corpus Christi, and Uvalde. MG Building Materials, your one-stop shop. MGBuildingMaterials.com.
August fats expired the month at 104.5. The other front months were 40 to 47 cents higher at the closing bell. Feeder cattle futures were also in the black at the close with 27 to 77 cent gains. The CME feeder cattle index for August 28th was down 57 cents to 140.99. Cash sales activity was inactive yesterday. Wholesale boxed beef prices were mixed, tightening the Choice Select spread at $12.63. Choice boxes dropped $1.45 to $227.95 a hundredweight. Select boxes were 46 cents higher. Choice ribs were quoted at $372.64, and loins were $328.36. USDA estimates cattle slaughter at 119,000 head for Monday. That is 2,000 head higher than last week, but not comparable to last year because of the Labor Day holiday. Back with more after this on Down on the Farm Radio.
Where has the Pioneer Audio Tour taken me today? I'm at the Center for Seed Applied Technologies in Johnston, Iowa. They call it the CSAT building, and it's where Pioneer tests Lumigen seed treatments. It's a gigantic 3-story high structure. I'm in front of several aluminum gravity tables drying thousands of separated bright red and green seeds. They're like rivers of color. Hold on, I'm gonna let someone pass. I can't tell you where else in this building these seeds need to go, but I can tell you why. Everything that's done here, from polymer testing to metering, is part of a process to develop seed treatments that protect yield against pests, like nematodes and early season diseases. Because better protection means better performance, means better yield potential. The CSAT building, another place that makes Pioneer, Pioneer. You'll hear more from me later. For now, let your local Pioneer sales representative hear from you.
I'm on the line with Sam Morano from D&D. That's ddtexasoutfitters.com, D&D in Seguin. Sam, the weather is warming up, and I want to get outside and do something. I'm sure you've got lots of equipment I could work with.
That's right, Larry. Right now's the time to buy. We have chutes, we got field fence, we got T-posts, and we got cattle working systems. Right now's the time to come in, and we can beat anyone's price.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you at D&D.
You can contact us at 830-379-7340 and ask for one of our friendly staff members.
Today is a sale day for Kim Hagan at the Hallettsville Livestock Commission. Let's go to Kim's report with Larry Marble previewing today's sale and reporting on last week's sale.
We're on the line with Kim Hagan. Kim, how did our sale go last week?
The market was really good last week. We ended up with $25.77 last week. and kind of compared to the week before, yeah, pretty much steady to a few classes a little bit better. You might see a class or two, just a little bit softer, but overall the market was very good, very active, and everybody wanted to buy a lot of good cattle on hand last week. Pecker cows and bulls, they were a little bit better than they were the week before. Had about 200 head on hand last week. Kind of the top end of the cows, 52 to 67. Good heavyweight bulls, 85 to 93. Our number one steer kids under 200 pounds, 170 to 210. Heifers, 155 to $2. 2 to 3 weight steers, 160 to 198. Heifers, 136 to 174. 3 to 4 weight steers, 148 to 185. Heifers, 130 to 163. 4 to 5 weight steers, 140 to 180. Heifers, 127 to 153. 5 to 6 weight steers, 130 to 165. Heifers, 122 to 142. 6 to 7 weight steers, 120 to 141. Heifers, 115 to 131. 7 to 8 weight steers, 110 to 135. And the heifers, 110 to $1.27. Like I said, the market was really good.
What do you got for this week?
I don't think we're going to have quite as many, but I think we'll probably have, 2,300. And there again, too, got a lot of good cattle on hand. We do have a real nice 4-year-old, real gentle Brahman bull for tomorrow. If somebody needs him, the guy's going to guarantee him to be, straight in every way. Also come in with about 6 or 8 little Hereford cows, come right with him, and they're bred to him. We got 25 little crossbred cows. Like there's the sellout deal, and there's some first calf heifers to 5 and 6 year old cows, but a really nice set, mostly kind of Brangus kind of cows. And then we got 15 little black Brangus cows from another guy, and both of them are kind of herd sellout deals. So somebody need a few cows or some good kids, and you come see us tomorrow.
Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
Hey, just call me on my mobile, 361-293-4720. Or try Mike on his mobile, 361-293-4949. We'll be helping with anything. Just got to give us a call.
Kim, we'll talk to you after that sale.
That'll be perfect. Thank you, sir. Have a good one.
I'm Larry Marble from Down on the Farm, and we're with Levi Anderson. Levi, the Stay Tough product is a great seller at D&D, and you've got some high fence specials, don't you?
Absolutely, Larry. We have 2096 deer wire that we're running on special for $349 while supplies last.
Tell everyone how to get a hold of you for this particular product at D&D.
You can reach one of our friendly staff here at the store, 830-379-7340.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, kind sir.
Let's go now to a livestock market update with Larry Marble.
We are on the line with Ken Jordan, Jordan Cattle Auction. We had a sale in Mason. How did it go?
You bet, Larry. We had 1,213 head of cattle today, a good offering. I thought overall the market opened up this week, maybe just a little softer tone. We kind of saw that a little last week as time moved along, all classes of calves and yearlings. I thought the stock of steers kind of sold steady to maybe 2 to 3 lower, with the stock of heifers probably $2 to $4 lower. Feeder steers sold 2 to 3 lower, and heifers sold probably 4 to 5 lower. Packer bulls sold steady overall, still active on them. Bred and packer cows, I thought overall, depending on the yield of them, whatever, kind of sold steady $2 lower. Pairs and bred cows all sold steady on a limited test today. So overall, a lot of good quality cattle. Market's still pretty good, Larry.
Have you still got cattle coming in for San Saba on Thursday?
Yes, we do. I'm kind of looking at 2,500 or so, depending on what the weather does. We do have a chance of really cooling down on Wednesday and chance of rain, so we're all looking forward to that. But we've got probably close to 800-900 head I know coming right now, Larry.
Good. Well, tell everybody how to get in touch with you.
You bet. Give us a call. Area code 325-372-5159. Also, we have a list of our early offerings that we do have or know about. We'll get a lot more of those people just bring in, but you can go to our website at jordancattle.com for that.
McCoys.com. McCoy's Building Supply. Still family-owned, strong, growing, and relevant for our ag community. With their own cattle ranches in West Texas, they understand the rural ag economy. Farm and ranch equipment from working chutes and sorting pens to cattle panels and gates, T-post fencing and barbed wire. Shop online and find the store near you at McCoys.com. We're on the line with Sean Geiswhite Monday evening before a Tuesday sheep and goat sale. Sean, how many sheep and goats you got on the yard so far?
Man, Larry, looks like we're going to get a pretty good run. I'd say we've got somewhere right around 4 on the yards right now. So I'm thinking somewhere around that 5,000 tomorrow. See how they roll in the rest of the evening and tomorrow morning, but ought to get a good run in Fredericksburg.
Good. You had 800 good head of sheep last night. What's the shiniest consignment that you've seen come in the alleyway tonight?
Oh, we've got actually quality is actually really good. We've got quite a few lambs, and then we've got quite a few Angoras. There's 400 Angoras off one place and a couple hundred off another. So we've got some Angoras, which we don't see a whole lot of anymore. And we've got those lambs we talked about. Came in over the weekend, and then we've got another bunch of lambs. There's 300 and something that came off of one deal that are there. And then even the smaller bunches, the quality looks good all the way through. So we're shaping up to have a good sale tomorrow.
How are you thinking cattle-wise?
I'm still kind of thinking somewhere around that 1,1500. That's what we're hoping for. See how they roll in tomorrow and nail it down a little closer.
Okay.
Depends on the weather, too. Talking like a little rain. I hope so. I hope we get it.
Yep.
So we'll just kind of play it by ear and see what we get.
All right. Tell everybody how to contact you.
You can reach us at 830-997-4394.
Where has the Pioneer Audio Tour taken me today? I'm at the Center for Seed Applied Technologies in Johnston, Iowa. They call it the CSAT building, and it's where Pioneer tests Lumigen seed treatments. It's a gigantic 3-story high structure. I'm in front of several aluminum gravity tables drying thousands of separated bright red and green seeds. They're like rivers of color. Hold on, I'm gonna let someone pass. I can't tell you where else in this building these seeds need to go, but I can tell you why. Everything that's done here, from polymer testing to metering, is part of a process to develop seed treatments that protect yield against pests, like nematodes and early season diseases. Because better protection means better performance, means better yield potential. The CSAT building, another place that makes Pioneer, Pioneer. You'll hear more from me later. For now, let your local Pioneer sales representative hear from you.
Time now for a livestock market update as we go to Larry Marble, who's on the line with Benny Cox of Producers Livestock Auction in San Angelo.
We're on the line with Benny Cox from Producers in Cargyle. Benny, how is our sheep and goat sale day shaping up?
Well, we got 5,900 to start with. That's a few more than we had last week. We ended up selling about 6,600 last week, and the week prior, we kind of market softened up some, but we got a little bit back. I don't know what'll happen this week. We're ready for them. We'll see.
Right. Right. It looks like, looking across the country, everything kind of picked back up on Wednesday a little bit. You feel like it might do that there also?
Gosh, I don't know. We had a really good feeder goat market. Some of them little old lightweights. Of course, you don't have a lot of numbers of those, but yeah, everything just smelt a little better last week. These wool lambs are still getting along. We was talking about it on TV this morning. They're getting along quite well on those weighing under 80 pounds. They get into some of those 90-pounders, and they got to bring $1.20 before they can bring more. And a lot of people kind of, I don't know if they're confused about it or not. They've made some statements, and tell them just when you're working with that ethnic market, and that's what we have. Need to catch. After they start getting up over 80 pounds, those guys start to backing off a lot of times.
Right. Are the private treaty sales still coming through the yards instead of going to where they used to go?
Most of the private treaty sales that we've done through the years have been these wool lambs going straight to feedlot because they're larger numbers, and you can't wait around for those little handfuls and make it work. And they just, that traditional lamb feeding business or commercial lamb feeding, it hadn't been so anal. Yeah. Those guys have been kind of sick to their stomachs, but that hadn't happened. So, and then when you get into these hair sheep deal, even the bigger deals, the way the tradition, the ethnic market is structured, those guys load a truck. They hardly ever load a truck with all like livestock. They'll have lots of different classes of sheep and maybe sheep and goats on one of those trucks. So it's pretty difficult to go out there and sell somebody, like the cattle feeders or lamb feeders. They want 50,000 pounds or 48,000 pounds on that truck. They want them all to be the same. Right. Well, that's not the way it works with this other deal. So it makes it difficult to do those, larger groups of lambs, for instance, to the ethnic groups. When they come through our ring, if we've got 250 out of one group that are cookie cutter, I always sell a gate count, and very seldom do they all go one place. Now the same person may buy them, but they may put them on 3 or 4 different charges or numbers, if you will.
Gotcha. What's the news about the plant reopening there in San Angelo?
Well, Jeff and Jay Hasbrook from Colorado, they're big lamb feeders, and they have fed lots of the lambs that the co-op members, the Mountain States Rosen Co-op, those people that do not feed their lambs, their own lambs at home, and go to a commercial feedlot, worlds of them have gone to J&J Feeders, which is the Hasbrook's. With the Mountain States Rosen's bankruptcy sale and losing that plant to JBS, they're looking for other options, and they felt like this was a good one. And I surely hope it works for them. It can't hurt anything around here. They may have the opportunity to kill some, do some ethnic slaughter as well, since there's so many of them sold in this area, and the demand is good in Texas. Hopefully they're gonna. Jeff, I talked to him 10 days or so ago. He's open to that, and they were hoping that they could get open up and start processing somewhere in that 60 to 90 day range,
right.
And they put to work immediately. So good luck to them.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
They can call me at my mobile is 325-234-4277. The office, same area code, 653-3371, or they can always look at the web, which is producersandcargyle.com.
Hey, neighbor, here's a quick reminder from my friends at McCoy's. Western red cedar can be used in a variety of applications, from siding to decking, even as indoor paneling. For folks ready to tackle a DIY project, red cedar is a great choice for decks and play sets, particularly because of its naturally occurring thermal properties, which keep the wood cooler to the touch. That's no small feat on a summer day in the McCoy's States of America. Check out the building plans and videos at mccoys.com and get started on your next DIY project using Western red cedar. Available at McCoy's Building Centers. Go to mccoys.com for information. Find the McCoy's store near you. We're on the line with Henry Pickett from Abilene Livestock. It's Tuesday morning, about 8 a.m. Sales going to start here in a little bit. Henry, how are they rolling in?
Well, last night we ended up with around 700 total head, 200 cows. We had some good storms back to the west and to the north of us last night, anywhere from a half to 2 inches of rain. So it depends on how much moisture we had, but hopefully we'll get to 1,000 or a little more.
Good quality of the cattle, the way you want them?
Yeah, we've been getting some really good quality. The conditions starting to get pretty good, and this rain ought to help the wheat pasture. Right. Get started planting.
Right. Speaking of getting started planting, are they in the field now?
Most of them are putting fertilizer down, just getting ready. Normally in this part of the world, around the 15th of September start date.
Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you, and then remind them of the special we have coming in October.
You can get hold of me at the barn at 325-673-7865, or my cell number is 940-733-8208. Our first wean sale in conjunction with our regular sale will be October 20th.
All right, so that'll be here before we know it. We've covered all the bases. Y'all have a good sale, and we'll talk to you after.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Where has the Pioneer Audio Tour taken me today? Olivia, Minnesota, next to a field planted with Pioneer brand Enlist E3 soybeans. This field looks peaceful, but like every field, there's a constant battle going on against weeds. Right now, the farmer of this operation is making a pass with what looks like a 120-foot sprayer boom. Enlist E3 soybeans offer the most advanced trait technology on the market. And while it's new to most farmers, it's not new to Pioneer. Pioneer experts and agronomists have already completed hundreds of on-farm trials, all so that acres like this have healthy soybeans with great yield potential. Enlist E3 soybeans on a farm in Olivia. Another thing that makes Pioneer, Pioneer. You'll hear more from me later. For now, let your local Pioneer sales representative hear from you.
Looking now at the port grains from John Tuggle, 800-288-4453. Milo and Corpus Christi, D's plus 175, 951. Houston, D's plus $2, 996. Progresso calls at $8. Number 2 are better yellow corn, Corpus Christi area, D's plus 35, 396. Houston, D's plus 20, 376. Hard red winter wheat, Corpus Christi, D's plus 75, 5.5. Houston, D's plus 95, 570. Number 1 beans, Houston, November less 15, 938. Placido, November less 60, 893. That's all of our time for this report. Have a great day. I'm J.R. Gully for Down on the Farm Radio.